Hello everybody, welcome to round number 5 of the Golf Pro Car Series for the 23-24 season. This is round 5 of 7 for these cars, and it's all for the GTs and touring cars and prototypes as well, all welcome in this championship. We have Class 2 for the Cup and Challenge cars, Class 3 for the GT4 or similar cars, Class 4 for the 2-litre cars, Class 5 for the above 2-litre cars but under 3 litres, Class RC for the Clio Cup cars, Class TCR and Class Prototype, all eligible to run in this series that utilises the Yas Marina circuit and the Dubai circuit. We're running on the full Grand Prix circuit this weekend, 5,281 metres across the centre line, 16 turns, 9 left and 7 right. A lot of those right-hand turns happen in the second half of the lap. And we have a mixture of cars, classes of cars out there. The quick ones at the front, the not-so-quick ones behind them. And normally good racing for all of them. We will have Class 2, Class 3 and Class 4 on the grid today. This series has been running in various stages since we started motorsport back in track-based motorsport back in 2005 here in the Middle East. We've always had some form of touring car GT championship, whether they be individual or combined. We're varying from starting off with the Volkswagen Golf GTI Cup. It was the first tin toppers, and then it moved into more. But have a look at that on the front row of the grid, and that is a 488 Challenge Cup car from a Ferrari. And Guru Balasubramanian is at the wheel of that one, pole position. Sorry, that was Jan Sandman. Pole position is a Porsche, and it's a 992 Cup car. You'll see a lot of them around here this weekend. Jan Sandman in the 488, beautiful Ferrari, prepared by Dragon Racing. There's the Porsche, running in Class 2. Also run out of the Dragon Racing stable. Busy weekend for them. They're running GT4 this weekend in the Hankook 6 Hours of Abu Dhabi. And next weekend, well, it's the Middle Eastern debut for the 296 Ferrari running in the GT3 Pro category. If we're looking for outright wins for Dragon Racing, remember they have stood on top of the podium at the endurance events many times before, running 3 cars here this weekend. Car number 23, Mamun Al-Kabani, in another of the 488 Challenge Evo Ferraris. What a weapon this car is. And it's just an absolute joy to hear the Ferrari engines around here at the Yas Marina circuit as we get ready to clear the grid. It looks like we have the 8 cars on there. We had a couple of cars that had some damage during the week that couldn't come through. Car number 16, that is Ahmed Al-Khaja in the Row Oil Track Days Toyota 86. From these Toyota 86 cars came from the 86 series that ran here at the Yas Marina circuit for quite a few years. And well, that's testament to their strength, that they're still running and competing in the Pro Car Championship. Car number 15, and that is Ayman Islam, also in the Royal Track Days Toyota 86. They tend to have a lot of fun, battling amongst themselves. And great to see the Toyota 86s represented out on the grid this weekend. Car number 11, Krishna Reddy. Oh, sorry, that's Avik Anwar in that one. This is car number 11, Krishna Reddy, in the Honda EP3. And as you can see, that one came from the UK because it's right-hand drive. And so the RKC Auto Tech on that one. And there's the car number 71, Avikanma, in the DNA Racing Toyota 86. As the grid is now being cleared. 25 minutes will be on the clock for this race. Temperature's just starting to drop a little bit here at Yas Marina Circuit as the sun is slowly setting. We've got another race for this category this evening that'll be done under the floodlights here at the Yas Marina Circuit, and it is like daylight, serious daylight out there. They don't. Some of the drivers were talking to me earlier saying, might still use the tinted visor because it is really bright out there. You don't hear that very often. Probably the only other circuits that I can think of that has this level of lighting is probably Singapore under the Grand Prix. But, everything else is a little bit less. As we're just keeping to the time schedule. As the cars eagerly awaiting to be released. Now, it's a rolling start for this grid. They be led away by the pace cars. And the reason it's a rolling start is because we have GT cars in there. So it's just a little bit easier on them as they tend to do rolling starts. As we have a look at the W Hotel, and we'll see that all lit up this evening. Those little protuberances on there are LEDs. And makes for quite a spectacle in the evening as we have full pits on either side of the circuit this weekend. 5 categories of racing happening here as the 3-minute board goes out. It might be a really quick 3 minutes, but the grid is being cleared. And yeah, we have 5 series racing here this weekend, so there's no worry about a lack of grip around this circuit, and we've been racing here for the last 2 weekends. So this is the 3rd weekend in a row that the Yas Marina circuit has had racing on it. 2 weeks ago, we were on the Northern Circuit, which starts off down the start-finish straight. Then by the time you get to the back straight, you turn left at turn 6, but instead of turning right at turn 7 at the chicane, you turn left and come back into turn 16. That's what we were on 2 weeks ago when we had the championship, the Golf Pro Car Championship. Last weekend, we were on the Grand Prix with Corkscrew, which was challenging for the drivers. We had Renault Clio Cup as well as Formula Regional Middle East and F4 UAE. And this weekend we have them as well. They are taking up the entire support paddock, and everybody else, Golf Pro Car, Golf Radical Cup, and the Hankook 6-hour cars all in the main paddock, the Formula 1 paddock, as we head off on the formation lap behind the Camaro safety car. Watching these guys yesterday doing some private testing. A lot of these Ferraris run in the local Ferrari Challenge that is run in the Middle East by Dragon Racing. And there's the majority of the cars now heading back on to the main straight, over 1 kilometre long, and it does narrow up. It kinks to the right slightly down just before the braking zone. You've got to be very careful of that. Looking at car number 11 on there, Krishna Reddy-Patti in the RKC Auto Tech Honda EP3. That car's been campaigning in the Middle East since around about 2009 under various ownership. A Porsche GT3 Cup car followed by 3 488 Ferrari Challenge Evo cars. So make their way through the 6-7 chicane. And there's the McLaren. We have a McLaren out there, McLaren 570. That's Ryan Jurgensen with that car. Now that's running in Class 3, so it's not as spec'd up as the cars in Class 2, and so it runs in the GT4 category. And the only McLaren on the grid, as the two Arturas ran into problems on Thursday and Friday during testing. And unfortunately, we're not going to see them out this weekend. 3 races for the Golf Pro Car this weekend, 25 minutes each. No pit stops, no delays. And running from flag to flag. As we come around the final sector. So it is Guru Balasubramanian on a pole position in the Porsche 992. Jan Sandman in second in the Dragon Racing Ferrari 488 Challenge Evo. Third position, Mamun Al-Kabani in another of the Ferrari 488 Challenge Evo. Then it's Ryan Jurgensen in the Greystone GT McLaren 570. In fifth position, Ayman Islam in the Row Oil Track Days Toyota 86. In sixth position, Ahmed Al-Khaja in the Row Oil Track Days Toyota 86. Avik Anwar in the DNA Racing Toyota 86. Look for some great racing between those three. And then Krishna Reddy Patti in the Honda EP3 for RKC Autotech. That makes up our 8-car grid. Safety car will depart very shortly and peel off to the left. And now it is up to Guru in the Porsche. Remember, as we look down towards turn 1, the pole position is on the left-hand side. For standing start racing, it is on the right-hand side. So cars get around turn number 16 now. Red lights on. Nice lines. That's what the race director is looking for. Green flag. We are racing. And it's the Porsche just moving across, putting a little bit of pressure on Sandman in second position. Al-Kabani holds a third. It's a McLaren in fourth. But that was a good start from Sandman. He really just put the pressure on Guru in the Porsche as they make their way through 4, down to 5. Track limits play a part in this one, Stuart's keeping a close eye on that. Tyres aren't up to temperature just yet, so the ride height is a little bit low. Or you can see the back end of the Porsche just laying number 11s down out of turn number 5. And that's a compromise he's run down there. And Sandman's got a nice run out of there. He was able to keep the 488, and he's up the inside, coming down into turn number 6. This is the battle for the lead. And it looks like the bottom flap is loose on the Porsche. We see that flapping quite a bit in these races, and he's had to run out wide. It didn't leave him a lot of room there. The stewards might have a look at that, whether there was enough track room left between Guru and Sandman as they make their way out of turn through 6 and 7, and you can see that little flap just moving on the Porsches as he's coming under pressure now from Al-Kabani in third place in the 488 Ferrari. Looks like those rear tyres not quite up to temperature on lap number 1 for Subramanian, and that really affected his run down into turn number 6, where he lost the lead. Sandman in the 488 leading from Al-Kabani, Jurgensen, Islam, Al-Khaja, Anwar and Reddy Patti keep the order the same as they head around to complete their lap. And there it is, the lead changes. These guys have been battling pretty much all season, looking at where everybody is. Khalid Al-Marzouk is not here this weekend. Masoud Jabarian is not here this weekend, so he's currently leading that championship. But Guru is in third place, and Sandman's down there in sixth place. But these guys, basically, they look at what they can, where they can race and when they can race. So when they are available, so a lot of them didn't enter the first part of the championship because maybe they had conflicts with other racing championships. So you can see how the track turns in as you get towards the end of the back straight. It's just half a second behind between Sandman and Guru at the moment. And on that lap, Christian Reddy Party got past Avik Anwar up into 7th position. As they make their way down past the support paddock. That is the McLaren 570, dropping back a little bit. And it looks like we'll probably get to the situation where we're going to get some lapped cars in the not too distant future. As the Toyota 86s are just heading down towards turn 6 and 7. And another flapping bonnet on the number 11 car of Christian Reddy Patty. Moving up into 7th position. He's got a few as the leaders making their way down towards turn number 1. Gaps just moving out at the moment. The top 3 within 3 seconds of each other at this time. We've got around about 20.5 minutes to go. Oh, twitchy under brakes coming down into turn number 9. And Sam getting a little bit, sorry, turn number 5. That was very twitchy under brakes. And Guru behind him, just having a bit of a look at that one and going, okay, he's pushing the limits at the moment. And the Ferrari being very twitchy, being pushed quite hard at the moment by Jean Sandman as he makes his way out of turn number 7. 1.116 seconds separates him from Guru Balasub Raman. And then it's a further couple of seconds back, well, 3 seconds back to Manon Al-Kabani. Ryan Jurgensen hanging on to 4th position in the McLaren. Back with the Toyota 86s, 6th position. Car number 16, Ahmed Al-Khaja. Been racing for a few years. Trying to see how he can work up onto the back of his teammate's car. Car number 15. Ayman Islan. A little bit of a gap out between them, about 4 seconds at the moment as our leaders cross the line. And head on around turn number 4. Good battle still going on for the lead. Just 2 seconds separating 86 and 39. Jan Sandman and Guru. .157 to 380, the fastest lap for Jean Salmon and the quickest lap of the race. Almost a second quicker than Guru in the 39 Porsche. Beautifully prepared cars from Dragon Racing into the 6-7 chicane. 488 Evo. Ferrari, very popular one-make series in the challenge. We've had them here while Asia was closed, running the Asian series. It support to one of the 24-hour races. And that gap, and there you can see the fastest laps. And you can see the difference between the Ferraris and the smaller cars, the smaller engine cars. The Toyota 86s are limited, the 2-litre engine, naturally aspirated, H-pattern gearbox. The Ferrari, well, it's just all Ferrari. Beautiful sounding, beautiful looking, and a little bit tail happy coming out of turn 16 for Jan Sanman. He's got a 2.1 second lead at the moment Now, Guru behind him in the Porsche will just be looking to see how sideways he is getting, because it seems to me after his little faux pas at turn 5, which caused him to lose the lead in turn 6, he's been looking after his tyres very well. I haven't seen that car move around under brakes or slide sideways. And I think he's waiting for a little bit, maybe half race distance, around 12 minutes, just to see where the Ferrari's tyres are at, and to see if it's worth making a charge. And there you can see cars being lapped. There was a three-way lap going on there at the moment, and that is the EP3 Honda of Christian Reddy-Patti. Just getting out of the way of our leaders. And that was on lap 5 that the back markers got swallowed up by the GT cars. And just keeping an eye on that gap between these two, 2.1 seconds. Then it's 13 seconds back to car number 23, the second of the 4A88 Challenge Evo cars. And then Ryan Jurgensen around about 35 seconds down the road from the leaders. In car 21, the beautiful looking McLaren 570. It's a very nice looking Porsche Cup car. And Guru, who has, just having a look at the races that he has competed in. He didn't compete in round 1, round 2 and round 3 he competed in, and had some good results in round number 2 and got himself a lot of points. And also some pole positions as well, and fastest laps. As the leaders go past Ayman Islam. Gap down to 1.7 seconds. And as I thought, Guru's now just starting to inch back that lead, 57.3, 57.9, respectively on that lap. So, so 1.7 seconds the gap the last time around. And that's now come down significantly as Guru has just been biding his time as they make their way up towards turn 15. We'll keep an eye on that gap as they come across the line. They are ready. Guru's ready to attack. What has Jan Saman got left in those rear tyres of the Ferrari as they head down towards turn number 1? Gap has gone from 1.5 seconds to 0.4 of a second in one lap, as the Porsche now has a lot more pace. As they make their way down to turn number 5. And now coming under track, Jan Sandstrom from Guru in the Porsche, heading down in towards the braking zone. Sandman goes defensive. Porsche's bonnet still flapping away. He takes a narrow line in there. That's going to compromise his exit. He's cut that taken that very deep. And have a look at the Porsche acceleration. And Sandman spins up the back wheels of the Ferrari coming out of turn 7. They're nose to tail, heading down past the support paddock, down into turn 9. He had to go defensive just to prevent Guru coming up the inside. 2 different lines down into turn 9. You need to be on the right-hand side of the track when you exit turn 9 because the next 3 corners are right-handers. The Porsche trying to make a move through there. Can't quite do it at the moment. Ferrari's still got a lot of pace. 11.5 minutes to go in race 1 for the Golf Pro Car. Race 2 coming up later on this evening. Race 3 tomorrow. Porsche's definitely got the advantage in the tight twisty bits under the hotel through 12, 13 and 14. Gets a very good drive. He's going to try it down into turn 16. He does. He gets the move done. Mistake there from Guru in turn 15. And they're side by side as they come across the line. What can the Ferrari do? Is he got anything left? Sandman's got the line up into turn 1. And he's going to make that stick, and he's going to get better drive on the way out of turn 1 as well as a head up around turn 2. That's the change from the lead on lap 7. And he was just biding his time, looking after his tyres, making sure he had stuff to get to the end of the race. As they head down towards turn 5, Ferrari fades up the inside, can't make that move there. It's all about the drive out of turn 5. Ferrari hits the bump on the exit where the curbs are, upsets the back of the car, loses a drive momentarily. Can't make up the ground on the straight. Can he make it up under brakes? He's not going to dive to the inside this time, but he takes a very early turn in there, which doesn't help him mid-corner. And you can see the Porsche drive away from him on the exit. It's the straight line speed of the Ferrari and the handling of the Porsche. The 2 differences between these cars as they head around this medium speed turn 9. Porsche's just getting a little bit better drive at the moment. Ferrari rear tyres may just starting to be crying enough. This is where the Porsche seems to work a little bit better. But the Ferrari's hanging on this time. Well done, Guru, in the Ferrari. He lost a lot of time on that last lap. Now he's positioning himself a little bit closer, but he seems to be having trouble with turn 15. He just can't get the car to bite through there, and he loses half a car length as they head on to the start-finish straight to complete 8 laps. 9 minutes to go in this 25-minute race. Now he's starting to push the Porsche a little bit harder. You can see it squirm under brakes down into turn 1. And this is where it all happened. You can see the Ferrari runs wide. Those ripple strips there, the sawtooth. They had no acceleration there whatsoever. And it compromised him on the drive down into 16. Looking at the battle a little bit further back, and it looks like Avik Anwar has got in front of Krishna Reddy Apati for 7th and 8th position. They've been having a great battle back there. Here comes our race leader. Guru in the lead. Ferrari still hanging on, but looking a little bit more ragged as his tyres are starting to go away. He's got to keep those tyres alive for another 8 minutes. But it was a very intelligent first part of the race by Jan Sandman. He really looked after his tyres. And his Guru planning a counter-attack. Coming up on the back of Krishna Reddy Apati at the moment to lap for a second time. And a couple of slower cars right where the Porsche didn't want them, because that's going to give the Ferrari a little bit of edge there. The drivers have been told in the slower cars to hold the racing line. Faster cars have got to find their way around. But it looked like it upset the Ferrari more than the Porsche. Now they've got the Toyota 86 of Anwar to deal with. They get that on the straight. The next car up the road, Ahmed Al-Kahija in the car number 16. He's just down at turn 5 at the moment. So they got a little bit of time for that. Just under 7 minutes to go. Gap 0.7 of a second as they came across the line. And the Ferrari using a different line through turn 3 and 4. Just trying a few different things just to see if he can upset it. Does the fade down the inside, down into turn 5. Probably going to compromise his exit speed just a little bit. He had to turn the car a little bit sharper, but now Guru's going a little bit defensive, and there you can see what happened with the Ferrari, just hard on the throttle, and another set of 11s left on the circuit. And the battle royally on down at turn 6, 7 chicane. Has Guru got enough left in the Porsche? Jan Sainman doing a fantastic job of keeping that Ferrari competitive. He's been really fighting the balance of that car. We've seen him off the track a few times, and they head past Ahmed Al-Khaja, currently running in 6th position. Once again, that's allowed, though, the Ferrari to get right up on the back of the Porsche. Making their way out of 14 down to 15. This curve has been re-radiused as well from the old configuration. Onto the start-finish straight to complete 10 laps, 5 minutes to go. Fastest lap time at the moment, 1:57.380 for the car in 2nd position. Great racing from both of these drivers. Guru Balasub Ramanan in the Porsche, and Jan Sainman in the Ferrari have streeted the rest of the field. As we watch them come down towards the final corner, and yeah, as you can see, Guru going defensive down there. Different lines. Got a mid-engine car and a rear-engine car. As they make their way down past the support paddock. Different lines around turn number 9. Still the battle continues on. It was half a second on the line. Looks a little bit more than that at the moment. As we wait for them to come under the hotel. And making their way up to turn 15. The Ferrari closer again. He's got the fastest lap of the race. The Porsche just looked like it didn't quite get the turn in he wanted into the final corner. And both of them are a little bit unstable under brakes down into turn 1. As they make their way up around turn 3 into turn 4. Ferrari just getting a little bit more power there, but making their way down into 5. He's going to fade to the inside. He's done this before. Oh, he's going to throw it. He's thrown it down the inside. He hasn't seen him. There's contact there. He didn't see, well, he didn't expect it to come from that far back. Is that going to cause a problem for Jan Sainman? There's bits of stuff flying off his car. That is the dive plane on the right-hand side. We've probably got a lap and a bit to go in this one. Let's have a look at this time. He came from a long way back. And Guru didn't really expect him to be there. It was a gentle tap. That'll get looked at by the stewards. There's a bit of stuff. It's Ferrari stuff, so it's very expensive. Don't take that home. Down to turn 9, the battle's going to continue on. And I think that's fired up Jan Sandman. But he's forecast his move. So Guru's going to be wise to that. The next time they come around. 1:42 to go. Their quickest lap time is a 1:57. So we'll see. This will be the penultimate lap. We'll see the checkered flag on the next lap following, and that means at the moment he's got 17 corners to try and work out what he's going to do, and he's been fading into turn 5, fading into turn 6. Hasn't done anything at turn 7. He's tried very hard at turn 16 to get up close, but he's overshot the corner. He's lost half a car length as they head on down. 1 minute and 7 seconds to go into this round number 5 of 7 for the 23-24 Golf Pro Car Series. And what a great battle these two have. Guru and Jan making their way up around turn number 3. Now, is he going to do anything there? The Ferrari takes a wider line than the Porsche through on the exit of 3, but there's a little bit of a gap there. Oh, he's got to no, just no, and no. Okay, it was big, and I think Guru was looking in his mirrors and saw him coming, gave a little bit more room there. But what that's done is compromised him now down into turn 6 and 7. He's lost too much ground to go in there. Is he going to try it? There is too many car lengths for that to happen. And that has given Guru all what he needs. Late on the brakes, but he's going to run deep. Oh, I don't know how he turned that car. The way he ran so deep into that corner, trying all different types of lines, but he's lost another car length and a half. 0.8 of a second as they cross the line. It'll be over a second at the moment as they head down towards turn 9. Ramanan will have to make a mistake for anything to happen, because Jan Sandman has thrown everything except the car keys at him to try and upset him. We've had that contact. Haven't seen from race control whether that's going to get looked at after the race, but we will wait and see. Coming through the hotel, which I think will be the final time, as the clock has ticked to 0. 2 more corners to go, down through 14, 15, and now into 16. And checkered flag at the ready. And Guru Balasubramanian has taken the win in race number 1 of the Golf Pro Car Championship. Jan Sandman takes 2nd position. Just 1.4 seconds separated them for over that 25 minutes. What a fantastic race that was. But the guys swapping positions, swapping paint and some panels. All good. Ferraris are repairable. Dragon Racing know how to do that. And you can just see a little bit of a scuff mark there on the left rear quarter of the Porsche. That won't be inexpensive either, but hey, if you race a Porsche, that's what it is. Waiting for the rest of the field to make their way around. And here comes our 3rd place, Mamoun Al-Kabani, in the car number 23. The 488 Challenge Evo. Beautiful looking car, that. Pity we didn't get to see a little bit more of it. A stunning paint job on that. Run by Dragon Racing, you can see on the rear quarter panel. Now, Ayman Islam has come through in 5th position. Remember, they had been lapped. Here is Krishna Reddy Patty heading around turn 9 for her final lap. These guys have been lapped a couple of times by our leaders. As they make their way up through to the 90-degree right-hander. Pit lane getting ready for some more action coming your way very, very shortly. Hancock, 6 hours of Abu Dhabi qualifying. As the checkered flag continues to be waved. The cars spread out all over the circuit. Here come the rest of the field. Ahmed Al-Khaliji goes through. McLaren comes through. Ryan Jurgensen comes through in 4th position. Just waiting for a couple of Toyota 86s, and they have made it through. As the cars will make their way back to the pits for their podium celebrations for race number 1. As we have a look at the 570. And here we go, the race leaders coming in to Parc Ferme. And our team from EMSO, the governing body of motorsport in the region, gets them into their positions. Okay, let's have a look at the results. Guru Balasubramanian in 1st position. Jan Salman 2nd. Maman Al-Kabani in 3rd place. Ryan Jurgensen 4th. Ayman Islam in 5th. Ahmed Al-Khaliji in 6th. Avik Anwar in 7th. And Krishna Reddy Patty in 8th position. Let's have a look what we're coming up next. The next round, 21:45 will be on air tonight, 9:45 for race number 2 for the Golf Pro Car. And we're going to leave you with the highlights of race 1, round 5 of the 2023-24 season of Golf Pro Car. My name's Phil Anson, and we'll see you soon.